Well, another season of spring football now in the books for Bob Nielson and the South Dakota Coyotes. Things officially getting finished up on Saturday with the annual spring game. And, Coach, I know you haven't had a whole lot of time to digest all that you saw over the last few weeks, but overall, would you say pretty satisfied with what your team was able to accomplish in that time?
Very satisfied. We really three goals when you go in. One of which for us was putting in a new offensive system, and everything that goes with that, the communication and the ability to execute, and you add that to the mix along with trying to build confidence in what you're doing systematically across the program, and also getting a chance to see younger players develop, and felt really good. We were a team that came off the field better every day through the course of spring.
When you mentioned that offense, it takes a little bit longer to get up to speed every year. It seems like the offense always trails the defense a little bit. Was that amplified with all the change that you saw on that side of the football?
For sure. Early on, offensively, trying to get a new system and new terminology, defense was significantly ahead. I did feel by the end here that particularly our first unit offensively had gained a lot of confidence. I thought they executed the best that they had executed all year on Saturday.
Of course, a lot of that hinges on your quarterback's ability to pick things up and kind of be that leader. And Aiden Bauman obviously transitioning into that role full time now that he's going to have this full off season to be your guy. Were you happy with the progress that he showed all by himself in that regard?
Aiden's really emerged as a leader. He's got physical tools. His strengths are his arm strength and his ability to see the field and distribute the football. And from an offensive standpoint, we'll build around that. But his understanding of the game showed, and his ability to learn the system quickly, make good decisions. Thought he had a really good outing in the spring game on Saturday, and showed improvement throughout the spring.
How much more comfortable is Josh Davis now than he was a couple of months ago when he first got here?
Well, I think you understand your personnel. That's part of being a new coach, and particularly a new coordinator. You understand the personnel, their strengths and weaknesses, because your system will build around that. You might have some things that you want to do that from a personnel standpoint you have to tweak a little bit or adapt a little bit, and that's what Josh has gotten a real good feel for.
Of course, he's not the only new coach. You were working with several new staff members so far this spring. You get a sense of that chemistry kind of starting to come together and those guys settling into their new roles here?
Feel really good about that. True, we've got great chemistry on our staff right now. The new coaches have hit the ground running on both sides of the football, and I saw improvement throughout the program in our position groups, whether you say offensive line, defensive line, tight ends, wide receivers, outside linebackers, where we all have new coaches. Our coordinators, Coach Davis, Coach Johansson, have done a good job making sure that our new staff have been prepared, and our players are really, really excited right now.
A little bit on the defense now, and obviously Travis Johansson is a guy that's been around a little bit now, and he's getting more and more comfortable in his own skin here in running that side of things for you and your football team. But the few times I was able to get down here this spring, those guys were out there making plays. And he didn't have everybody to work with. There's a lot of guys being limited, held out. That's usually the case in the spring, but sure seems like that unit's going to be ready to roll come fall.
Yeah, in his 5 years, Coach Johansson's really done a good job of solidifying, our defense and putting us in a position where we can win in the conference with our defense. We demonstrated here over the course of the spring with a few of our key players out, as you mentioned, that we've got some depth, a little more depth, I think, than what we've had in the past, which you're going to need in this league to be successful.
You're going to be kicking off the 2023 season in about 4 months' time.
Yeah.
That's really not that far down the road. A lot has to happen between today and then, so what's next?
Well, our guys are going to go to finals here in another week. They finish up their classes this week, finals next week, and then they get a little break, and a well-deserved break. It's been a good spring. It's been a productive spring. We'll bring them back in early June for 8 weeks of summer training, important piece of the puzzle as well, and then right back into fall camp. And we want to have in order to have a productive fall camp, we needed to have a productive spring, and we certainly did that.
Not so much of a break for the coaches, though. You're right back out there finding more guys to bring in to fall camp.
Yeah, into a recruiting period. So our coaches will be on the road here over the next 2 weeks or so, and a chance to look ahead to a recruiting class of 2024.
All right, well, Coach, congrats on another great spring, and look forward to seeing how things look come fall.
Appreciate it. Thanks.